What is going on, people? Welcome to Idiot Horror. Don't know what to call this shit yet, but that's what the
Idiot, Idiot, man.
Idiot McIdiot, man.
Boy.
My favorite podcast.
Idiot, Idiot.
I'm here with
No,
Jack.
no.
He's not here. And today we're going to be talking about. I thought, what would the perfect gateway to the horror podcast to be? Well, why don't we just start off with some good old gateway horror that first got you guys into horror, or just things that scared you that weren't actually horror, but you got scared by them as a child. How are you doing, Jack?
I'm tired.
He's tired. So, Jack, what was your first ever horror movie that you watched?
I don't remember.
You don't remember. What was the most recent movie you watched?
Like half of Antlers.
You watched half of
And then
Antlers.
I went to sleep.
I watched Vivarium last night. It was fucking weird. It was really fucking weird. There was a child, and it wouldn't stop screaming, and then the child grew up and buried Jesse Eisenberg in a hole.
Oh, poor Jesse Eisenberg.
And then he went to work at his real estate company.
So sad.
It was very sad. Jesse Eisenberg does not get good roles anymore.
Mm-mm. No, he did not.
Ever since he played Sex Luthor,
Sex Luthor.
leader of Sex Corp.
Sex Corp. CEO of Sex Corp.
He's the CEO of Sex Corp, man. Come on, man. You know that.
Damn, is he
From-
the CEO of Sex? I thought that was Ned. Wait, no, Ned is the CEO of Sex in the Marvel universe. Sex Luthor is the CEO of Sex in the DC universe.
Yeah, Sex
I've got it
Luthor.
all figured out.
Played by Jesse Heisenberg.
Hi, Jesser
Je-
Heisenberg. Jesser
So-
Heisenberg.
We're gonna be talking about spooky movies that aren't that spooky. He's being spooky.
I'm old, Jesse.
He's old.
Would Poltergeist count as a gateway horror?
I mean, I think it would. I haven't seen Poltergeist, but
Me neither, but I hear it's a movie.
yeah. I feel like the first kind of horror movie I saw was like Gremlins. Probably Gremlins.
Gremlins.
Yeah, that's
Gurmland.
Gremlin.
Gurmland.
I think it was either Gremlins or Jaws.
I
Jaws is...
haven't seen any of those.
You haven't seen
I
Jaws,
watched
dude?
a lot of old horror.
You haven't seen Jaws. Have you seen Goosebumps with Jack Black? Because I think that counts as
No.
gateway horror. You haven't seen that either? This is so
I
sad.
haven't seen that either. Name a horror movie, and I will tell you that I haven't seen it.
Bad Ben.
Damn it! I have seen that.
Would Bad Ben be considered gateway?
I don't know. Probably.
Because there's like one scare, and then it...
The weird Photoshop.
No.
distortion effect.
There's the one thing that gets me every single time with the music box on the table.
Oh right, when it just like slams or something.
Yeah. That got me both
Yeah.
times I watched it. I watched it once for the first time, and I watched it the
that got
second
me.
time.
Like, ah,
For the
damn it,
podcast.
Bad Ben. Why are you scary?
Why are you so bad, Benjamin?
Benjamin, why are you so bad?
Benjamin. I should probably get like curtains or some shit because there's like the light of God is coming through my window.
He's just making sure that you're okay.
Played by Gilbert
Greetings, my
Gottfried.
child. Are you making a podcast episode? Let me go.
Yes, God.
Do you think every time God shows up somewhere, there's just like frantic choir noises?
Everyone just starts singing in the 5 mile radius. Speaking of God and horror, have you seen Legion?
God, that's not a horror movie. That's a weird ass action movie.
I would consider it horror adjacent.
Horror, jeez.
I would consider it horror
Then
adjacent.
what's horror? Wait, what's horror opposite?
Horror opposite would be like a romantic comedy.
God damn it. I'm trying to think of like funny math.
Like Shallow Hal.
Is that a Ryan Reynolds movie?
No, it's a Jack Black movie
Oh.
where
Oh, is that
the woman
one
is
where
fat
he-
and then
Oh,
and then
right,
he
right.
sees
Yeah,
her
it's
as
the
not
one-
fat.
It's the movie where the guy curses Jack Black to see everyone's inner beauty, and then dates Gwyneth Paltrow, who's like 75 pounds overweight.
75?
75.
Just
like 200.
okay. Would we
Like
consider
200 pounds overweight, but he can only see her inner beauty.
would we consider Jurassic Park to be a little bit of gateway horror?
I think you said it was.
I mean, it's about dinosaurs and they eat people, and it has Newman.
Newman.
It does he tries to steal
Newman.
dinosaurs and he dies. What Shallow Hal is also psychological horror. We'll talk about that later in the
Newman,
episode.
do not release the dinosaurs, Newman. I have released the dinosaurs, Jerry. Newman, you son of a bitch.
Newman, no, this is one thing you were not. Kramer's in the Velociraptor pit.
Newman, do not get eaten by a Dilophosaurus. I am being eaten by a Dilophosaurus. God damn it, Newman.
Kramer, turn the power back on.
Kramer, turn the power back on. No. God damn it.
You don't
Kramer.
get it, Jerry. I'm just
You don't get it, Jerry. The dinosaurs. We must release them.
life finds a way, Jerry.
Life finds a way, Jerry. Know
So,
that.
for a first maybe topic of the gateway horror, I'm going to talk about Jaws. I know you haven't seen Jaws, but I'm just gonna give you a brief overview of the series. So we have first Jaws, very good movie. Second Jaws, not actually pretty decent movie. Third Jaws, it's in 3D.
Which one has Michael Caine?
The fourth one,
Oh my
Jaws:
God.
The Revenge.
No, why? Wait, why did Michael Caine do that one?
To pay off his beach house in the Bahamas.
Oh, right.
That was it, just to pay for his beach house. There was no other reason other than his beach house. It's kind of funny. He demanded that he get paid just enough money to pay off his beach house.
That's it. If any of you are watching in Saudi Arabia,
Huh?
like laughing.
Whoa.
Did you know that 1 in 3 people are ugly? I'm not ugly. Me neither. Must be 1 in 4. You, Luigi, you're fucking ugly. Goddamn, Mario. Mario, please.
Okay. Actually, a hot take. Would Five Nights at Freddy's be considered a gateway horror?
Probably.
It was like my
I think
first.
FNAF is what got me into horror Let's Plays.
It was my first horror game that I've ever played was FNAF.
I don't play much horror.
I know.
Oh yeah, it was FNAF and Granny.
Granny? You played Granny?
Granny.
Did you
Played
play Hello
Granny.
Neighbor?
No.
Use Hello Neighbor's ass, dude.
I love the part where the neighbor says hi. I love that part.
Don't you say hello to the neighbor? That's the objective of the game, and then you
The
win.
objective is to like say hi to the neighbor and then you win.
FNAF has kind of gone downhill in recent years.
Yeah.
With
Stopped being horror and started being a sci-fi.
people want Willem
Is it
Dafoe to
just
play
me?
William Afton
Why?
because
It's like Keanu Reeves. It's like everyone wanting Keanu Reeves to play all the Marvel.
he wants Keanu Reeves is just
We
gonna
gotta
play.
get Keanu Reeves to play Moon Knight. Well, it's Oscar Isaacs. We gotta get Keanu Reeves to play Ghost Rider.
Nicolas
We
Cage
gotta
is gonna
get
come
Keanu
back.
Reeves
You think
to
Nicolas
play
Cage is gonna come back in the
Nightmare.
multiverse of madness?
Nick Cage as Ghost. That would be funny as hell.
It would be
Almost-
funny if he came back for like a second.
And he has like his CGI abs. And he's like,
He had CGI abs.
I don't think he did. Like he says that he didn't.
my
There's
my
something about that shirtless scene that looked fake, and I think they just had his tattoos removed.
my first psychological horror movie was Ghost Rider: Spirit of Vengeance.
My first psychological horror, or my first slasher movie was Killer Sofa. The movie where a sofa is a killer.
Yeah, the movie where a man puts his corpse in a sofa, then does a voodoo ritual, and then he becomes one with the sofa.
I am a sofa.
That movie had like one creepy shot, and it was when the sofa was leaning around the corner,
Oh god, that was horrifying.
and it's like its buttons looked like eyes.
Oh yeah, that was terrifying.
And then there's that scene where she had the orgasm on the killer sofa.
And do whatever you do, don't come on the on the sofa. The killer
Don't go
sofa.
on the sofa, no.
Don't
No.
do it.
I
Don't sit on it. Don't
Ooh.
do it.
I have a
Sofa's
good
killer.
I have a good gateway
Don't do
horror
it.
movie.
Don't do it. The sofa. Don't do it.
It will
Don't
kill
do
you.
it.
It'll kill you
Sofa.
guys. I have a good gateway horror movie. Ghostbusters.
Ghostbusters.
With Billiam Murray.
Billiam. God damn it. Why did it go from William to Willie and then all of a sudden goes to Bill?
William Murray.
Where did the B come from?
I don't know, man.
Where did it come? Why is it just hello? My name is William. Did you say Billy?
Did you
Bro,
say
I'd like-
Bill?
I'd like to purchase some chicken wings. Did you say drummy?
Do you mean drummies?
Do you mean drummies? Talk about Diary of a Wimpy Kid for a podcast. I would love to join that one. Did you mean drummies?
Did you mean drummies? The Ghostbusters franchise is kind of shitty, but actually no, the first one was good.
I thought the first two were good.
The first two were good, and then there was the one we don't speak of.
The one we don't speak of.
The woman
And then there
one.
was the new one, which is better.
Have you seen the video of a fucking Donald Trump saying like we're doing Ghostbusters with
Ghostbusters all women.
what's going on?
What's going on?
They're doing Indiana Jones with Harrison Ford, and they're making the new Ghostbusters women. What's going on?
What's going on?
The only thing that I actually kind of like from Trump is that take.
That's
do-
the only.
You do not do You do not do Indiana Jones without Harrison Ford. They're making another.
Pretty sure Harrison Ford just hates his career.
He hates I think he hates everything
Hates
actually.
everybody.
I think he actually just hates everyone. Indiana Jones could
He
be
hates
considered
everyone.
gateway horror a little bit.
Solely for the one.
Solely for like the one scene per movie that's horrifying.
Yeah, yeah. Why is that? There's like
Every Indiana Jones
is
movie.
It's like kid friendly enough.
It's
There's
like
always one scene that just like, okay, why is this here? Like, they open the Nazis open the Ark of the Covenant and all get their faces melted.
the second one, the guy's heart gets ripped out, and then he gets
ripping
lowered
out
to
his
hell.
heart. And then the third one, the one dude drinking from the wrong Holy Grail.
And he ages
to a
to death.
skeleton.
And then the fourth one, Kate Blanchett gets no. What was
She gets ratioed and then explodes.
what about the scene with the ants from the fourth one?
Oh, that was horrifying. What? No, actually, the most horrifying scene in that entire movie was when Shia LaBeouf was like swinging
With the
on
CGI
vines
monkeys,
with a bunch of monkeys.
a bunch of CGI monkeys.
Monkey.
You know that Harrison Ford had food poisoning?
For that one shot where he just shoots the dude with the sword.
Yeah, there was
Yeah,
gonna be
I
a
know.
fight scene, but he was like, "Nah,
Yeah, but
I
then he
have
just
food
shot
poisoning.
him.
I'm just gonna shoot him," and it's actually kind of funny.
Yeah, it is. It's the best part of the movie.
It is.
Where he just shoot because it's like, oh god, here he is, a sword mat, and then just shoots him.
Oh, this is gonna be a great fight.
Uh,
Great fight. Great. Dies. Instant. One shot, one
dead.
kill.
And
I can't believe you haven't seen Jack Black Goosebumps.
I don't want to.
It's decent. It's not that good.
Okay, can we just talk about how I thought? What's the dude's name?
Yeah. What, dude?
Okay, you know the main character
In what?
in Goosebumps.
Dylan. Not Dylan O'Brien.
No, Dylan Minnette.
Oh, different Dylan.
Yeah, I always thought Dylan Minnette and Logan Lerman were the same person.
Who's Logan?
Hey, look up Logan Lerman.
You're looking up Logan. I'm just gonna put the podcast
I
in.
thought
Just gonna
they
put the
were the same
I'm just gonna
person.
put the podcast in the corner.
I thought Percy Jackson.
Who is Dylan? What are you? Who are we talking about right now?
I
I'm searching
I
him up.
always thought that Logan Lerman
Lo
and Dylan Minnette were the
Logan.
same person.
Lerman. Okay. Dylan? Okay, Dylan and Annette. Let's do a side by side.
I thought they were the same person.
They look identical. They look exactly the same.
And my parents were like, "What do you mean? Logan Lerman looks like Dylan O'Brien." Which I mean, I'm looking
Who's
at them all.
Dylan?
Like, white people.
They all kind of look the same a little bit. Actually, Dylan O'Brien looks probably the most different.
They're all white people.
They're all, but Logan Lerman and Dylan Minnette look the exact same.
White people.
White people.
They all look the same.
They all look the same. Oh no, Dylan. Oh no. Okay. That was the two white people.
Shawn Mendes. They all
No.
look the same. They all look the same.
Moral of the podcast: all white people look the same.
White people.
White people.
White people.
Frig, the best part of that Goosebumps movie was Jack Black.
Jack Black showed up. Oh yeah, they're all in. Dylan Minnette was in the new Scream movie.
He was? I did not know that.
With Jack Quaid, also known as Hubert.
Hubert Halloween. Is Hubie Halloween gateway horror?
Oh my, I hate you.
Is Hubie Halloween gateway horror?
No.
Was there a fright to be had?
No. That was a shitty Adam Sandler.
Okay, I actually have a good gateway horror movie. Love and Monsters. Would that count?
That's not a gateway. That's like a fantasy romance.
Well, it did have horror
That's
elements.
Like a comment. It had horror elements, but that's like saying Spider-Man 1 was a gateway horror because it had horror elements.
Okay, talking about things with horror elements, what was a movie you watched as a child that scared you, but it was not a horror movie at all?
I cannot remember.
I'll tell you about.
I do not know. I do not know of a scene that scarred me for life. I know a part in a book that scarred me.
Okay, let's hear about that.
Okay, so you know the Amulet books?
No. Enlighten me.
Well, basically, it's like a fantasy graphic novel about this girl and her brother who get transported to like an alternate world.
Yeah.
And it has like this amulet that can like shoot lasers out of it or something. I don't know. It's like the Force, but with pink lightsaber noises. Basically, they find this one character who's like a secondary antagonist to everybody else, and then he's leading this army of the bad guys, and they all go into like this dimension where they all have to be sleeping. So they all have to sleep, and then they basically go inside like shared dream.
Yeah.
You can still, if you die in the dream, you still die in real life.
Ah, okay.
So it's like, so basically what happens is that it turns out that the secondary antagonist is actually like super old.
Yeah.
And he's just been prolonging his life because he should have died years ago. Like his best friend is like 60 or something, and he still looks like a 17-year-old.
Yeah.
And so basically, you discover his past, and then I think the main antagonist who lives inside that dream world, who's like the consciousness inside the amulet, was like, okay, I'm gonna trick you into making yourself die, so you can do that now. And then the guy's like, okay, well, I'm just gonna die now. And so then how he dies is that he just it's sort of like Indiana Jones 3, where the guy drinks out of the wrong thing.
And
He just ages into a skeleton.
Oh, so that scarred you?
And that scarred me because I'm like, oh my god, he's just like a skeleton going, you should find this person. And then he's a skeleton now.
Oh, damn.
Like, you actually see him, like, become like an old man, and then, like, his skin
This is like a
falls off, and
comic?
he's just- That's a graphic novel.
Ah, okay. I think my childhood thing was probably like,
In that same comic, in that same issue,
yeah.
they kill this giant flying mountain beast by dropping like a giant rock spike on it, and blood and gore just flies everywhere. And I'm like, this is a kid's book. Why is like blood everywhere? Seriously, it's like a mountain of like gore just shooting out from this guy's corpse. Like, oh wow, that's horrifying. Or at the time I was like, it's blood in a comic book at school. Ooh. You can't do that in school. You can't show blood in a book. It's a bad influence. Ooh. Something like that. Anyways, as you were saying.
My childhood thing, I remember one scene from Star Wars that I couldn't watch when I was a child. The Rancor scene. The Rancor scene?
The Rancor scene?
Yeah, that scared me as a child because of the music.
The Rancor!
Then the big Rancor ate the pig man. Also, I couldn't, when I was a child, I turned Monster House off during the first 5 minutes because I was scared of Steve Buscemi.
Steve.
And I think Doctor Who also kind of traumatized me a little bit.
Which part?
The part where the guy turns into the empty child.
Oh, yeah?
And, like, he grows a gas mask out of his face.
Bro, he just sucking on that lean, though.
Doctor Who has a ton of horror elements to it. Frig.
Horror element.
We have Slenderman.
Slenderman in that show?
No, I'm talking about The Silence.
Oh, right, The Silence.
They look exactly like Slenderman. Weeping Angels, Empty Child. We could do a whole episode on just Doctor Who horror shit.
I think the Weeping Angels were kind of terrifying with like the music in the background.
And how they could like turn off lights.
I think I didn't think Blink was scary. I thought the other one where they're all on that planet filled with them.
Oh, like the Matt Smith two-parter.
Yeah, the Matt Smith two-parter where Amy is looking at one through the television screen.
And it like comes out as like a static projection.
That was kind of stupid. I'm like, whatever holds the image of an angel is an angel itself. And I'm like, that's kind of dumb.
What about the baby angels in Baby Angels Take Manhattan? And
oh, that one was kind of creepy.
And
no idea what was going on.
And
Statue of Liberty is one.
How does the Statue of Liberty move? Because I'm betting there has to be a set of eyes on the Statue of Liberty at all times at least.
Wasn't there a part in the episode where they all they could hear like a giant rumbling sound?
And it was just the Statue of Liberty.
The Statue of fucking Liberty, just
the
angel face.
We could do a whole episode on just Doctor Who related horror shit.
Doctor Who was horrifying.
Doctor Who is very horrifying, actually.
Doctor Who.
Is it gateway horror? I think so. I think that could qualify.
It's got horror elements.
Yeah, spooky elements. Fucking.
Yeah, that episode kind of creeped me out because I had no idea what was going on with the Angels Take Manhattan, and I'm like, oh, is that Rory? But he's like 70.
Yeah, because because it was like time shit.
I've been waiting in this room for ages.
It was like the whole hotel was like a human farm.
It was like a human what? A human farm?
Yeah, where they just took people in and like aged them to death.
Oh.
So they could feed off of their time energy.
Oh, so the angels can actually make like businesses.
Yeah, angels are like intelligent. They did like try to. in the two-parter with Matt Smith, they did try to reason with the Doctor to a degree by using someone else's voice.
Oh yeah, they did. They're using like that dude's voice. They're like, please help. Time crack. We want to feed off of it.
But it deletes everyone you know from history.
Yeah, it's true. What was the crack anyway?
It was like a big dimensional thing linked to like the Pandorica, I
I
think.
thought it was linked to the TARDIS exploding.
Well, that was like a result of the Pandorica.
Oh.
I don't.
It's like, where are all the stars? If all the stars are gone, then what the hell is that? Oh, that's just the sun. But what is it? Oh, just the TARDIS exploding. Oh, fun. We love the part where the TARDIS explodes.
And then there was the episode of where he was in like the haunted house and there was like the ghost lady, but she was actually just a time traveler, and there was a weird bone monster.
A weird bone monster?
Or it was like called like Hyde or some shit.
What was that? Wait.
It was like Series 7 Doctor Who. It was like
Oh, which episode was that? Oh! Right! It was like there was two,
there's like two bone monsters.
no, it was like a Victorian haunted mansion.
Yeah, and then there was
And
like a
then
time travel
one of
bit.
there was something was in it. Something was inside, like a weird bone monster.
And
But
there was a
then also
ghost.
a pocket dimension.
Yeah.
Another one was, and it was just trying to get two monsters to. They're just trying to make love to each other. They're
Yeah.
stuck in different dimensions.
What about the Veil? How do we feel about the Veil?
Was that the one where he's in like the 12th Doctor's and
the
like
prison, the infinite
the
prison?
prison?
That was a good episode. I should rewatch that episode. Oh, dude, I
I
know
really want to rewatch Hyde because that one looks terrifying.
I know a scary monster from 12th Doctor series.
Which one?
The Boneless.
Oh, those things.
The graffiti monsters that were like
The
2D,
Graffitor.
but they wanted to become
Graffitor.
3D, so they took people.
Yeah, it was creepy when like the police officer went to investigate the murder.
And then she got
was
sucked into the
looking around.
floor, and then
No,
her
like,
whole
she was looking around
circulatory
or
system.
something. Yeah, like her circulatory system was displayed all over the walls, like as a painting.
Yeah.
And you're like, what the hell is this?
Like there was one where the dude got like sucked into a wall or something, and then there was like a weird line on the thing, but if you looked at it from a certain angle, it was like his screaming face.
Oh, that's horrifying.
Yeah,
I
dude.
didn't see that.
Doctor Who did not pull its punches when it came to like spooky shit sometimes.
Bro, remember the dude who figured out how to like make himself young again, but then just became a giant scorpion?
Lazarus,
Lazarus.
he just became a big scorpion because like the process of him being like unaged like created like it unearthed ancient human DNA,
Oh god.
and he became like a past evolution of humankind.
What?
That was what I read. I read that it
So-
was that
Lazarus. So scorpion people
you became human.
we used to be scorpion, or was it like humanity used to like evolve from like arthropods or something?
I think it was like something in between. I don't know.
So it was like
A weird hybrid that like sucked the
Halfway
life force out of
arthropod.
people with its tail.
yeah, probably
I
because of
think-
the experiment.
I think the early episodes of like the Cybermen in like 12th Doctor was kind of
Cybermen
spooky.
were cool.
They were cool.
What's your favorite Cyberman design?
My favorite Cyberman design. I like. Okay, I'm gonna share my screen. I'm gonna share my screen real quick.
Okay. When you and your fellow slaves are trying to escape Elon Musk's lithium mine, and
I
your
think,
friend's microchip kicks in. You are the chosen one.
Cyberman.
Harry, the
I like.
Potts becoming a Cyberman was kind of creepy.
It was. Bill.
Your stream is paused.
Fuck. I'm trying to figure it out. I'm trying to find the. I like this one. I like the newest one.
Your stream is paused. You don't have a stream. Yes, you do.
I like
What
this
is
one.
it? Is it loading? It's not loading.
I'll reactivate the stream.
It's
Give me-
paused.
Why is it paused? Swap to your
It says stream
application. I
paused.
swapped to my application.
Stop. Maybe don't share your. Maybe don't turn on your webcam. Maybe turn it off.
Okay, I'll turn off my webcam.
Or it says you've minimized the application.
How about now? I like that one.
No,
No.
it's not.
I'll try it again. Give me a second.
Yeah, stream paused. Maybe turn off your webcam.
Oh, wait.
Then
I think I got it.
go. There we go.
I like this one. I like that one.
I like that one.
Yeah, I do. It's like a mix
Modern, yeah.
between the old one and the new one.
Yeah, modern than the old one.
I do like the old Cybus designs though, like
Hell
this.
is that?
What?
Oh, that's terrible.
Nicolas Cage is
Not
a
terrible,
Cyberman.
No, I'm looking at some other. Oh no, not that. I was looking at this.
What are you looking at?
Send it.
Okay.
There.
Yeah. Oh, what the hell is that?
I don't know.
It's a Cyberman, but it's like
It's like a Reddit link. What's the story behind this Cyberman design? I guess
yeah.
it's like show the rotten corpse below it.
I think one of the saddest Doctor Who moments is probably when Bill became a Cyberman, but she didn't know it.
Yeah, he's like, I am Bill Potts.
We could just talk. We could just talk about Doctor Who for like.
How does that Cyberman look so cheap?
Which one?
The Bill Potts Cyberman.
Because it's like a recreation of like the first ever Cyberman design. Of
Yeah,
the Mondasian Cyberman.
It looks like they just put like a sheet over it and then put like a gamer computer strapped to its chest.
Because like the original Cybermen, the Mondasians just wanted to live longer.
Yeah.
So they just made themselves into that. Remember in Nightmare in Silver when the Cybermen could go super fast?
They're the Flash.
That was kind of, and there was like cyber insects that could like instantaneously convert
Did you just say, I thought you were about to say cyber incels. I'm like, god damn it.
The Reddit man.
Yo, remember the Cyber King?
The giant mech.
The mechs.
The giant mech. What about like the bears that were?
Cyber Bear.
There was like they're called cyber shades.
Yeah, I don't know.
Ooh. What about that one guy? He was like a robot, but he was like getting human body parts, and you couldn't breathe around them because they wouldn't know that you were.
What? Is this from
Doctor
13?
Who? Doctor Who. It's not from the new one. It's from like the first. It's from the 12th Doctor's pilot.
What?
It's this guy. It's this guy. Give me a
I
second.
thought you were just talking about like the puddle. You closed your stream.
Wait, give me a second. I did close my stream.
I remember the puddles.
Like the flood?
No, just like sentient puddles.
Oh no. Like the first ever 12th Doctor episode in London.
Oh, those things, the clockwork people.
Yeah, they were like a different kind.
Those guys.
Yeah, the ones where you couldn't breathe around them, or else they'd know you weren't
You
them.
couldn't breathe around them?
Yeah, because.
I just remember one of them going to heaven.
And then the other one, no, he didn't go to heaven. He went like.
Oh yeah.
He did go to heaven.
How did Missy get to heaven?
I don't know, man. I don't know.
How the hell did Missy go to heaven?
It's not really heaven. It's more like a friggin'. They were turning dead people into Cybermen, and then like the dead people could feel everything that happened to their corpse, so they were just begging not to be cremated.
Don't cremate me! Don't do it!
That was kind of spooky. That was kind of spooky.
Yo, the top knots are kind of creepy.
Which what?
The top knots. Like the patients in like the giant ship with the black hole in it. where Bill was becoming a Cyberman.
Yeah, were those like they were like pre-Cybermen, weren't they?
Yeah, those are like patients about to become Cyberman.
What about the Vashta Narada?
Oh, those things were kind of. I didn't like that episode.
You didn't like that episode because it had like a
No.
weird subplot.
No, just because I thought it was weird. I couldn't see that. Like, I didn't like this. Like the mundane spacesuits with the skull in them. It wasn't very scary.
They were just kind of like shadow people.
Yeah. Hey, who turned out the lights?
Hey,
Plus
where
the
is Jessica
British
Hyde?
Where is Jessica Hyde?
Who turned out the lights?
Where is Jessica Hyde? Looking at some of these Cybermen concept or like fan arts, I think it's actually kind of creepier. Where like there's just like corpses underneath the helmets.
Yeah.
I like the water. Like, remember where they're all like being like all the Cybermen were like inside of the little tanks and all you could see was what's underneath. But then the water comes down and then they're all Cybermen.
And then and then they just resurrected all the dead people as Cybermen so that they could take over the world.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
But then
I just liked all the corpses in the tanks and then the water slowly like I love those reveals of like what they are. Like, I love the. I love the just the those reveals like when Bill was a Cyberman and then it was Misty talking to like the homeless dude going like, "Oh, don't worry about me.
I love disguises," and then he rips off his mask, and then it's John Sim.
Yeah, I'm like, what the hell? How
okay,
are you here?
I kind of thought that like the Master, like in the 12th Doctor season finale, was kind of creepy when he would like turn into a skeleton and jump up super high and eat people.
Oh yeah, remember the dinner time?
Wait, can I pull up that clip? I want to pull up that clip. I want to pull up that clip from a pod real quick.
Dinner time.
I kind of want to pull up that clip from a pod.
Wasn't that because he was in the middle of being resurrected, but then he just.
So he's just dying, and he needs to like replenish his physical.
Yeah, he was in the middle of being resurrected, but then his wife sabotaged it, so he'd be gone for good.
But he's like half alive, half dead. It's like
it's
a weird.
Like, he has to feed
it's a weird thing, dude. It's a kind of weird. It's kind of wacky, dude. Okay, I really want to see. Am I streaming?
Yeah, you are. I can see it.
I haven't seen that.
Dinner time.
Dinner time. And then he leaps into the sky. And then he leaps. And then he just like sometimes his head would be like transparent, but sometimes it wouldn't be.
A transparent skull.
I want.
Like it kept making like this.
Yeah.
Every time it was like a.
And then he made everyone on Earth him.
Oh yeah, he could shoot lightning out of his hands too.
Yeah. And then
he turned everybody on the planet into him, and then started like summoning the other Time Lords back. And then when the Doctor was like, "Okay, you are good now. Join me." He shoots lightning at the main, like he shoots lasers out of his hands.
He shoots lasers at Timothy Dalton.
He does, yeah. He shoots it at Calder. Is that his name?
Rassilon?
No, I mean like.
Not Calder. Yeah, the chief.
Patrol.
The chief. Yeah.
Yeah, the chief. Yeah, he just starts shooting him at the chief.
And then friggin', oh my god. And then there's the whole Missy thing, and then there's the new Master, which I actually kind of liked. The one that turned the Time Lords into like immortal Cybermen.
Why is it always the Cybermen?
Because the Cybermen are cool.
It's always the Cybermen.
The Master's been doing a lot of business with the Cybermen. Like the last.
It should have been the Cyber Daleks. Ever since that one episode where the Daleks are talking to.
And the Cybermen want to team up.
Yeah, the Cybermen's like Dalek and Cyberman technology are compatible. Together we could be unstoppable. And
Have
they're
you
like,
seen?
Yeah, that actually sounds really cool.
And then they just reject them and kill them.
And then they just kill them all. Remember like the tiny little like box thing that just has like 1 million Daleks stored inside of it?
It was like a Time Lord prison.
Yeah. But then that leads to the question: why the hell did they imprison the Daleks when they could literally have just
Killed them. Have you seen the that Cyberdog action figure someone custom made? Have you seen that?
Cyberdog?
Cyber Dalek.
No, I have not.
You haven't? You want to see it? Okay.
You know what, Doctor Who should have a crossover with Men in Black. That would actually be cool.
Cyber Dalek.
I just really want Boris the animal to start shooting at the Doctor.
It's just Boris. It's just.
I'm better than me.
I'm
better than me.
Oh, Men in Black could be gateway horror.
Could it? With
I think.
Wearing a dead skin suit?
I mean that. Yeah, that's.
This is about gateway horror. Whoops.
We kind of got sidetracked on Doctor Who, but that's okay.
I'm better than me.
We got this. You see in the stream, or?
I am.
So someone made this.
I'm loving it, except the eyepiece.
It has like.
Why is it like forward when the Cybermen could just have one eye?
I don't know, man.
I knew it. I'm better than me.
I'm better than me.
I'm better than me. I knew it.
It's dinner time.
Dinner time. Dinner.
When the master makes the Doctor like do the Harlem Shake until he's old.
Oh yeah. Do the Harlem.
My laser screwdriver can turn you old.
This is what I like to call a laser screwdriver. What does it do?
Makes
M. Night Shyamalan.
It makes you old.
Old. Behold, my old ray. What does it do? It makes you old.
Wait, speaking of Men in Black, have you seen the new one? Because I haven't.
Me neither.
Okay. I just have decided not to watch it. I've stayed away from it because I'm guessing it's bad. I'm guessing it's bad. It has to be bad, right?
It has to be bad.
It has to be bad. What about, okay, one more Doctor Who horror thing that we're going to talk about. What about The Flood?
Oh, I love the little popcorns.
No, not the Halo Flood, the Doctor Who Flood.
I love the popcorn things.
We're not talking about that, Jack.
I love the popcorn.
He does. He loves the popcorn. I'm talking about the water people.
I know what you mean.
I know. I thought those were kind of creepy.
Yeah, I didn't like the whole, or no, I mean, I thought it was creepy with the whole one drop and you're infected now.
One drop of water and you are infected for life.
Yeah, it's like one single drop.
And you're dead. Done. You're donezo. And like, I thought the design of the infected were kind of creepy. How they were just always like creating water. They were just always.
Bro, they dripping.
Bro, they got the drip, bro. They got the drip. They dripping. They dripping. Oh, and like their mouths were like eroded. Like it looked like they were like.
Oh yeah, they're rock. Their mouths are made of like rock. They're like, for some reason their mouths are super dry.
From like all the water.
No, they dripping.
They dripping. Sheep. They dripping.
Damn, bro. They do be dripping though. Sheesh. Sheesh.
Sheesh.
They got the drip on. Sheesh. Sheesh, man. Sheesh. God damn it.
God damn it.
God damn it. They dripping.
They dripping. What about?
Yeah. remember the part at the end where he's like the Time Lord victorious?
Yeah, there was a
And
whole.
he's like, I saved you. You were supposed to die, but I saved you. And then she just kills herself anyways.
Yeah, I have that first novel. They made a novel called The Time Lord Victorious,
Oh yeah.
and he like goes on like he tries to stop the creatures that like give civilizations lifespans and shit. Like there's this race of aliens that just gives like races
Yeah, they're like,
lifespans.
you have 100 years to live before your species inevitably dies. He's like, why? Let's just make everyone immortal.
I only have the first one of those. I think I have it back there somewhere, but
Wait, then what happened in the story?
like he was on this bird planet and then they just arrive and they're like, "Yeah, your race has been here long enough." And then they all just die instantly.
Oh.
So then he teams up with like a robot bounty hunter, I think. And
Okay.
then they try to stop them. And then at the end it's like a cliffhanger where both the Eighth Doctor and the Ninth Doctor try to stop the Tenth Doctor from doing
The
this,
10th
from killing the last, from like killing those creatures that like give
Because
people
they're kind of important.
because
You kind of
because
kind
before
of need them.
because before they existed, all life was immortal, and
Yeah, you kind of need them.
yeah, they're kind of part of like the new natural balance of the universe.
You
But
can't just have like you can't just get every species to like live forever because then overpopulation. You got to give them lifespans, dude.
yeah, well there's a cliffhanger. I haven't gotten the second book yet, but I
Yeah, the 10th Doctor started out as like a nice jolly little man,
and then
but
by
then
the end
he
he
just
was
went
like
insane. He went
all
insane.
of this, the entire like Time Lord Victorious arc takes place in between the floods, the floods, the waters of Mars, and the end of time.
Yeah, that whole thing, that the whole Time Lord Victorious thing was insane. Like everything that happened to the Doctor just like it drove him mad.
Yeah, man.
Like he thought he was God and that he could change everything
Because he
because
had
of
the
how many
power
times
to,
yeah, because of how many times he saved the universe.
and how many people he's lost. He felt like he deserved it.
Yeah, and then I'm like, Jesus Christ, man, maybe it's time for you to die already. You've lived on long enough.
He doesn't want to
Everyone's
go.
like, 10 is my favorite. He's such a little cinnamon roll. And then I'm like, did you forget the
Did you
atrocities he's
forget
done?
the Time Lord Victorious arc where he
Have
literally
you
tried to kill
forgotten where he
Death?
went insane? Look at my little Aaron Yeager. What a sweet little cinnamon roll. Did you forget where he committed mass genocide?
Another quick little gateway horror thing. I have all the Meg books back there.
You have to title this video. We started talking about gateway horror, but then just started talking about Doctor Who
Yeah, I'll
for
put
the
that in
rest.
the description. I'll be like,
No,
we
that's the
start.
title. Come here for Gateway, stay for Doctor Who. Doctor Who is a good gateway.
Doctor Who is a
It has,
good gateway. See, it kind of
it has
cycles back
nice
to
horror,
because
like a
there
sci-fi horror.
it is. I haven't seen the newest season. I want to see the newest season. It's on Crave right now.
Is that the one with the Cybermasters?
No, the one after that. It's like a 6-part series where all the stories are like connected,
Oh, I didn't know that existed.
and it's like the last 13th Doctor season.
Please tell me Graham doesn't die.
Graham left, dude.
Oh, thank God.
Graham left with his son.
Oh, good.
But
We don't
like
want him to
in the
stay.
first episode, there's like this. I only watched the first episode and I haven't watched it since. There's like this weird crystal man that like escaped from a prison, and there's also
Crystal
this
the
dog,
person?
and there's also this dog man, and there's this Suntaran plot where they look like the old Suntarans.
Oh yeah, I think I've seen that. I think I've seen like an image of the new old Centaurans.
Yeah, it's pretty good. But yeah, I think we can end it here. It's like 50. We've been here for 50 minutes.
Oh yeah. We just
Yeah,
talk about Doctor Who.
we did, but like it's still kind of connected a little bit since we were talking about Doctor Who gateway horror type shit. So it's still kind of
yeah.
it did work a little bit. It did work. But yeah, that has been Idiot Horror with your hosts.
Hold on.
With your hosts, James Blair, who knows about horror, and Jack Hitchkowski, who is clueless about everything horror.
Except Doctor Who.
Except Doctor Who. I'm gonna rewatch. I gotta watch some of those again, Drake. But yeah, if you liked the video, please subscribe, like the video, or dislike it. I don't care. You can do what you want. I'm not your mom. Share it with your friends. Jack is your mom, though. He can tell you.
I am your mom.
As the viewer's mom, what do you want them to do, Jack?
What?
As the viewer's mom, what do you want them to do?
Eat your vegetables.
That's words of wisdom.
Words.
Words of wisdom. We will be back hopefully next week where we can talk about like a single movie, like we could watch a movie and then talk about it. I don't know. We could watch something bad. We could watch something good. I don't know, man.
We can watch something so bad it's good.
We could. We could do that. But yeah, like, subscribe, share with your friends. This has been Idiot Horror with James Blair, Jack Hitchkowski. And I will see you in the next episode of this. Goodbye.